Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into a problem that, let's be honest, drives us all crazy. That awful, dreaded lag on modern Android apps. But more importantly, we're going to look at how some seriously powerful new tools in RAD Studio 12.3 are stepping up to finally fix it.
So let's get right to it. You know the feeling, right? You've got this top-of-the-line, super powerful smartphone in your hand, but when you open an app, it just stutters and feels sluggish. It's that classic Android lag, and it's a plague for both users and developers.
Now, before we get to the fix, we really need to understand the scale of the problem. So let's start at the source of all the frustration, the actual user experience.
And believe me, this isn't just a one-off complaint. You just have to glance at forums like Reddit to see that this is happening everywhere. People with brand new flagship devices are seeing them grind to a halt with stutters and glitches, especially after a big OS update like Android 14.
So what you end up with is this massive disconnect. You pay for this premium device, expecting everything to be instant, buttery smooth, but what you actually get is lag, unpredictable delays, and an interface that just feels, well, broken.
And check this out. It's not just one phone model or one manufacturer. It's happening across the board. But here's the real kicker. Even app developers are watching their own apps lag out on these new systems. So this isn't just a user complaint anymore. For developers, it's a full-blown crisis. So the big question is, what can developers even do about this? If the platform itself is creating this headwind, how do you fight back? Well, it turns out the answer starts with the tools you build with. And that brings us to the upgrades in RAD Studio 12.3.
Think about it. You can't build a skyscraper on a shaky foundation, right? It's the same with software. That's why the first part of the solution is all about strengthening the core tool developers use every day, the IDE itself.
And the big headline here is the move to a 64-bit IDE. Now, that might sound technical, but think of it like going from a 2-lane country road to a 6-lane superhighway. It means the IDE can handle way more memory, which is a total game changer for stability and performance, especially on today's massive, complex projects.
But that's not all. This boost in power goes right down to the engine room, the C++ compiler. It's been upgraded to take advantage of the latest, fastest instructions in modern processors. In plain English, it lets you build code that just runs faster. And get this, it even comes with these new sanitizers, which are kind of like a super smart spell check for your code that catches nasty bugs before they ever reach the user.
Okay, so the foundation is solid. But now for the real secret weapon. This is all about tackling the lag that the user actually sees and feels. Because let's be real, who cares how fast your code runs in the background if the screen is still stuttering, right?
Exactly. I mean, all the code optimization in the world won't matter one bit if drawing the buttons and lists on the screen is what's causing the bottleneck. The UI is what people touch, what they see. That's where fast or slow actually happens for them.
So, what if you could just use a better engine? I'm not talking about a small tweak. I mean, what if your app could tap into the very same high-performance graphics engine that powers things like Google Chrome and even Android itself?
Well, you can, and its name is Skia. This isn't some niche library. It's the real deal, straight from Google. It's the powerhouse graphics engine behind Chrome, Android, Flutter, basically all the stuff that's known for being incredibly fast and fluid. And now you can plug it right into your Delphi apps.
And Skia brings a whole arsenal of modern graphics tools with it. We're talking full-on GPU acceleration. That means using the phone's dedicated graphics chip to do the heavy lifting, which is exactly what you want for speed. It handles modern stuff like SVG graphics, slick Lottie animations, the whole shebang.
Okay, so this sounds powerful, but you're probably thinking it must be a nightmare to implement, right? A total rewrite? Nope. And this is the part that is just mind-blowing. It takes 2 lines of code. Seriously, you add one line here, another line there, and boom, you've just swapped out the entire graphics engine. It's insane. All right, so we've tackled performance, but there's another battle every Android developer has to fight, and it never, ever ends. It's that constant pressure from Google to keep up with their mandatory platform rules. And right now, the magic number that's on everyone's mind is 35. Google is basically saying, hey, if you want your new app or your next update in our store, it has to be built to target our new API level 35.
And let me be clear, this is not a friendly suggestion. There's a ticking clock. Come August 2025, if your app isn't up to snuff, you're locked out. No more updates.
which, as any developer will tell you, is a really big deal. It's not optional, it's do or die.
So, how do you handle this looming deadline? Well, the great news is RAD Studio 12.3 just takes care of it for you. It comes with everything you need, the updated tools, the right components, so you can hit that target right out of the box. Headache solved.
Okay, so we've solved lag with Skia, and we've solved the API compliance problem. Those are the big, immediate fires. But what about the rest of the platform? Because a great tool isn't just about putting out fires, right? It's about building for the future.
And that's exactly what we see here. This new version is absolutely packed with what you might call quality of life improvements. It's not just about the flashy new features. It's about making the entire experience better for developers.
And just take a look at the sheer scope of these updates. You've got FireDoc, the data access components, now supporting the newest versions of MySQL and SQL Server, Web Stencils for web development gets more powerful, RAD Server for your backend gets beefed up security, and of course tons of improvements to the core UI libraries. The improvements are everywhere.
So, when you put it all together, what does it really mean? It means this isn't just a platform that's being maintained. No way. It's a platform that is alive, kicking, and pushing hard into what's next in software development.
And if you need any more proof, just look at what's being talked about in the community, like at the upcoming Code Rage conference. People are tackling the big stuff. We're talking AI and science and engineering, using AI to modernize old code, building out modern 3D apps, and tackling complex data analytics. This is a community that is absolutely on the cutting edge, which really leaves us with just one final question for you. With all this new power, all these new tools, what amazing thing are you going to build next?